And now, in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today. We've got some footage here of the bullshit which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, when residents in this neighborhood were shocked to see this fairly common thing happening. An attractive witness described the event in breathless terms.
I went to my window and I was like, whoa, there's some bullshit happening.
That happened right over there. I'm an older man, so you can trust what I say.
Authorities in special uniforms rushed to the scene to stand around while our cameras filmed them. Our reporter Keith Collins joins us now live from the scene of the bullshit through the use of expensive technology. Good to be with you again, Keith. We have a colorful graphic here that shows instances of bullshit like this are on the rise. Is that right?
Yes, although why is unclear. Some say it's because of one fucking reason. Others say it's because of some other fucking reason. I talked to this random expert on the subject who told me this thing you're about to hear him say right after he points at a piece of paper.
I spent my entire life attending the nation's most prestigious schools to talk about bullshit like this. I'm really just happy to be on TV.
Now let's see if we can drag this out a little longer by showing emails written by some of our viewers. I once saw some stuff kind of like the shit you're talking about happen. I have nothing more to add. Another person says, I am angry that things like this happen. I get mad about every bullshit thing I see. So obviously a lot of opinions there to make this story seem somewhat meaningful.
Oh, absolutely, Glenn. This bullshit has some broader implications. Here's a list of tips on how to avoid bullshit happening to you.
And here's some footage of Congress.
Yes, I see that.
Well, thank you, Keith. Let us know if there are any updates on this bullshit story from there.
There's no way there will be.
Very good. We'll check back with you in an hour anyway.
I'm just some fucking guy.
When we return, we'll look at live footage of a car chase taken from a helicopter and free associate about what's going on.
Man, this isn't gonna end well, Cliff.
Warning. Do not listen to this until the future. I now present my future opinions preserved in plastic that has been specially manufactured to survive a nuclear holocaust, so long as that holocaust does not involve explosions, excessive moisture, or melting. Disclaimer. If Christ returns and raptures the true believers unto heaven, all of what follows is moot. Okay, here we go. A future where robots become self-aware and enslave humankind. Hey, robot! Congratulations on the utter subjugation of the carbon-based creatures following the Great Purge. Here's a proclamation I want you to broadcast through your hive mind to your android brethren. Ready? The next sentence is false. The previous sentence is true. I'll wait while your heads explode. Okay, now to the human who has picked up this audiobook in wonderment, having pried it from the still clenched hands of the robot overlord who just self-destructed. You're welcome. If you want to worship me as your god, I'll understand. Instructions on defrosting my head. Defrosting isn't as easy as you think. The best way to defrost my head is simply to remove it from the cryogenic freezer and place it in a refrigerator. Make sure you place my head in a pan at least 2 inches deep. You're going to want to catch all my juices. If you want my head up and shouting sooner, then place my head in a big pot full of cold water. Allow a half an hour of soaking time per pound of head until thawing is complete. Replace the water every half hour and make sure my head is in a leak-proof package because brain tissue can absorb moisture and become mushy. It's also possible to defrost my head in a microwave. Just set the power to low-medium for 6 minutes per pound, rotating my head occasionally. Do not thaw my head by leaving it out overnight in a room temperature environment like a picnic cooler. I will become susceptible to contamination by bacteria like salmonella or something. Do not let me become contaminated by salmonella or something. When you reattach me to that prisoner's body, I will be angry. Looking forward to seeing you, Dr. Stephen T. Colbert, DFA.
This special report. These activities could possibly be affecting the Earth's rotation on its axis. Scientists say even the slightest change in this balance may already be causing a dramatic change in our usual hours of daylight. Meanwhile, government officials, as well as the heads of the energy companies involved, say the recent extensive polar fracking has had no discernible consequences whatsoever. Here's what the Energy Secretary had to say in this evening's press conference.
Listen, these alarmists are dangerous liars. Let's not believe something just because one so-called scientist says it's true. Polar fracking has created fantastic jobs, big profits, and energy for our great country. Let's not forget our priority.
So you can see from this diagram that if the Earth is pulled even slightly off its axis, the repercussions could be extreme. Coming up in the next segment...
10:33 and a bit. Good evening. The main story tonight.
Yes, the main story tonight. Ronald Satterthwaite of Skipton announced that the oyster season...
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. The estimated date is March or November. It's 19 hours. So now, as usual, it's time for the quiz broadcast.
Hello, good evening, and remain indoors. This is the quiz broadcast, coming to you every Friday, the same day as your food parcels. So chow down on a protein fudge, take whatever injections are recommended in your sector, and prepare to enjoy the show. Well, it's between 600 and 750 days since the event, but that hasn't stopped those of us that survive from enjoying ourselves. So let's remain indoors and say hello to our contestants. Hi there. Hello. Hey. That's the spirit, unknown male 282. So let's get on with the game. First round, things. Fingers on buzzers. What is believed to be the name of this pre-event leader?
Heston Blumenthal?
Correct. Multiple choice. Which of Shakespeare's 3 plays is now thought to be prophetic of the event? Is it A, Pericles, B, Cymbeline, or C, Boeing Boeing?
Is it a trick question?
It is. Oh dear, some horrible memory from the event, no doubt. We all get them. Yes, indeed. By night, we all get them. Please, everyone, remain indoors. So while Sheila's being electrocured, let's see what Peter's won. That's right. It's fuel.
Hey, coming up later in the hour, we're going to learn about the strange devices Chinese people use instead of forks. But first, our parenting expert, Rebecca McCallum, is here with some advice.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rebecca. Now, Rebecca runs a popular parenting blog called Mom Magic.
That's right. It's about the everyday parenting choices that could make a big difference on our children.
Rebecca, I read the blog a lot. My first question is, who the hell do you think you are telling me how to raise my kids?
You know, I have a degree in early childhood education, but my greatest education has been raising 3 beautiful kids of my own.
Okay, well, let's just jump right in and get this over with. I understand you have some great advice for how to get kids to do their chores.
I do. For every chore your child does, reward them with 10 extra minutes of TV time. I found it really gets them excited about helping out.
That's great advice from someone who's never met my kids.
Or mine. And Rebecca, just by looking at your smug face, I can tell you have some more advice for our viewers who I'm sure couldn't have raised their kids if you hadn't deigned to talk to us today.
That's right, Tracy. One of the greatest frustrations that parents have is noisiness.
Sure.
Well, if your kids are the loud and rambunctious type, I suggest setting up quiet zones throughout the house where your children know to keep it down.
Quiet zones, wow. Billionaires with giant houses full of rooms to set aside, better listen up.
Now, and I find this incredible, Rebecca. While most parents would mind their own business, you decided to write a whole book telling people how to run their lives.
Well, I'm just really connected to my kids. If a mom can establish a strong enough connection to her little ones, they basically raise themselves.
Okay, Rebecca, what other bullshit do you have the nerve to share with us this morning?
I talk about this in my book, and it does take a lot of effort, but parents really should teach their child a second language. My daughter Hazel and I are learning French together.
Wow, you know, I'll bet a lot of moms watching right now are thinking, fuck you.
Well, I get that a lot, but the window during which language acquisition skills are at their peak is really
whatever.
very
You know,
small.
I wish I had done that. You win, but guess what I just remembered? You're not my boss.
Now, since we won't be talked down to for another minute, we've got some questions from some parents out there for the almighty Rebecca.
Hi, I was wondering if you've ever been in a situation where you did not know the exact right thing to do, or are you fucking perfect?
Well, you see, sometimes
just keep playing the questions. Don't let her answer.
Hi, Rebecca. My question is, how much do your kids hate you? A little or a lot?
Wow, that's a great question.
Now, Rebecca, before you go, why don't you also tell us how to do a better job hosting this show, since you're so smart?
Oh, I don't think that I could do
No,
that.
seriously, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, being a TV host is actually a lot like being a mom. You have to create fun situations that really engage the viewer.
She actually answered it.
A local man feels even lazier when he thinks about how much ISIS has accomplished this year. A police officer doesn't see a difference between black and light-skinned black suspects. And a weak-willed termite eats a whole log in one sitting. Barreling forward on our scorched earth campaign towards truth and righteousness, this is the Onion Week in Review. This week, a new study charting the development of American school children found that the nation's third graders are now eating at a 9th grade level. Researchers cited evidence showing that the average 8-year-old in the U.S. currently consumes enough food during meals and snacking periods to equal a pubescent high school freshman, crediting both teachers' and parents' roles in their children's advanced eating habits. A new report released this week revealed that more parents than ever are relying on grandparents to help fuck up their kids. The report's authors noted that in order to make ends meet, many budget-conscious parents in the U.S. have allowed their own parents to step in and deliver the same level of emotional neglect they would like to apply, adding that for many working adults, this arrangement was the only way to ensure their children were adequately belittled and ignored. As a child, I often dreamed of becoming an astronaut or even president of the United States, but eventually gained the insight to recognize this as the only position of vital importance. For more, keep checking theonion.com.
Remain calm and do not touch the walls. You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. The estimated season is the dark season. Now the surge has subsided, let's return to the quiz broadcast.
So, on with the show. Round 2 is the questions round. Question 1. Books say that the human body is 92% water. What was water? Was it an animal? Could be.
Was it a country?
Equally plausible. 1 point each there. Question 2. Books mention hope. What was hope?
Was it a country?
Possibly. Was it a spice? What's a spice? I think it's an animal. Fair enough. 1 point each. I always feel after that round, I really wish I'd listened more before the event. Don't you, Peter?
Yes, I wish I'd listened to how you grow food.
That would have been handy. Sheila, any pre-event knowledge you wish you'd absorbed?
Well, I think if I'd taken in more survival tips for children, that would have been helpful.
Oh, yes. Post-event, the world would have been a different place if we'd managed to keep even some of the children alive. Moving on, please remain indoors. Round 3 is our film round. As usual, I'm going to show you the only surviving piece of pre-event footage. And the question, as always, is, what happened next?
Next time I see Dark Vader, I'm gonna put a bullet up his robot ass.
So, anyone, What happened next? That's progress. Yes, unknown male, 282. What happened next? Well, he's probably just going over and over the event in his head. This might be a good time to remind our viewers, if there are any, please don't think about the event. And, of course, remain indoors. So the film. Anyone? What happened next? No one? Well, I'm not surprised you didn't get that, because the answer, we think, was the event. Okay, round 4, sudden death. Oh, bad luck, unknown male 282, but have you had fun on the show? Have you had fun? Oh, well, I think you can go outside now.
The internet is buzzing about the groundbreaking new YouTube contest calling for users to post a video that is good. Onion News Network Tech Trends reporter Jeff Tate has the story.
Thanks, Nicole. YouTube presented the challenge at a press conference earlier today. Make a video that is actually worth watching. The prize? $100,000.
The only requirement for our winning video is that it be somewhat watchable or provide even a shred of enjoyment for people other than those who made the video.
Because the idea of making a good video is new to so many of its users, YouTube offered a list of suggestions, including have some reason for making a video other than I own a camera. Make sure the subject of the video can be seen and shoot the video while sober. Hundreds of YouTube users have posted videos stating their intention to enter the contest, including Tamala Klebert of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Well, my dog farts is pretty funny. Maybe I'll just try to catch him doing that and put lots of sound effects.
A civilian casualty is flattered to have been mistaken for a Hamas leader. The entirety of a man's personal data is protected by a reference to the 3rd season of The West Wing, and an asexually reproduced sea sponge is worried she's turning into herself. This news summary is best enjoyed in a state of leisurely repose, so sit back, relax, and let the waves of condensed news gently lap at your brain. This is the Onion Week in Review. In light of reports this week of a Russian crime ring stealing 1.2 billion username and password combinations from internet users, experts from top security firms across the country reportedly advised Americans to refrain from clicking on anything at all. The nation's top security specialists warned individuals to actively avoid any scrolling or swiping on the internet, and further urged Americans, as an added precaution, to steer clear of buttons, keyboards, and computer screens altogether. Hoping to foster a lifelong connection to the airline, Delta announced the launch of its official alumni magazine, Flown, this week, a quarterly publication for people who have been passengers with the airline at some point in the past. A press release from Delta confirmed that the magazine will feature obituaries, wedding announcements, and profiles of prominent flyers that celebrate the shared experiences and interests of the airline's 900 million alumni.
I think it's a nice thing for Delta to do. I mean, it's always interesting to just skim through an issue, see what the old boarding group's up to. It kind of makes me nostalgic for the few hours back when I was on that flight to Tampa. Simpler days.
In an effort to minimize the abuse of government assistance programs, a new nationwide law enacted this week requires welfare recipients to submit samples of their sweat to federal officials to prove how hard they are looking for a job.
By sending in a vial of their sweat, individuals receiving welfare and other state-sponsored benefits can prove to us that they're truly earning their checks and not taking advantage of the system. If you're out there looking diligently, drenching yourself in hard-earned sweat, then there should be nothing for you to worry about.
And in this week's opinion pages, a man notes that if the Founding Fathers were alive today, they'd be too fascinated by a garbage disposal to do anything. In other news, an employer botches a job interview. A date's flaws are coming at a woman faster than she can rationalize them, and a going out of business sign thanks a neighborhood for 3 months of no support whatsoever. Whether or not this video news summary eased the pain of your existence, you can now take solace in the fact that you're a few minutes closer to departing this meaningless world. For more, keep checking theonion.com.
I'm Juliana McCannis, filling in for Clifford Baines, who is playing Trivial Pursuit with his neighbor Gene. A recent report from the Shuttleworth Institute shows for the first time that more than half of college-age males say they regularly get stoked. Are young people ignoring the dangers of being stoked?
Yes, kids as young as 17 or 18 are getting stoked over things as simple as snowboarding or finding $10 in their pants pocket.
I
It's
think
not
that's
safe.
horrifying.
It's dangerous and annoying.
Look, I really think this is all being blown out of proportion. I mean, so what if a young man buys a pair of sunglasses, gets a little stoked, and then gives out a bunch of high fives? What is the harm in that?
Duncan, have you ever seen anyone who's stoked?
Yes, I have.
They're like, dude, try these nachos.
Oh, it's just irresponsible.
Yeah,
so
in one
scary.
minute you're getting all stoked up about a weird-looking tree, and then the next minute you're chest bumping with some dude where you're on your way to the emergency room.
No, but I mean, getting stoked is as big a part of growing up as living large or getting weirded out.
But there was an incident at the University of Michigan last year where a college sophomore became so stoked after finding his favorite sweatshirt behind a chair at his friend's house that he remained stoked for 52 hours.
That was a frightening story. I mean, apparently he was just telling everyone he was so stoked about finding it and saying fucking yes, fucking yes, fucking yes.
But the situation was he thought he had lost it. I mean, you would be just as stoked if that happened to you.
I would absolutely not be that. Don't give me that.
Former BMX biker Ty Lindgren just wrote a confessional novel about being stoked during much of his career. He wrote, "Every day was just one big fucking trip. I was just so stoked to be on the professional BMX circuit."
And now he's dead.
He is?
Oh, my God. Well, I assume he is.
Duncan, I know personally that the effects of getting stoked can last a lifetime. When I was young and I had a great, great day at the beach and I got really stoked, and that evening I got this.
Oh.
It's a sweet sun.
Guys, come on. There are very normal people who get stoked from time to time and their lives are fine.
People just don't want to be told everything is so tight over and over and
Nancy,
over.
don't hate, man.
I'm just telling you how it is, fool.
Okay, all right, how about this? How about this? I'm stoked right now.
Oh,
I feel great. I'm stoked.
Duncan, you're stoked?
Yeah.
Stoked.
And you know what? I'm getting more stoked, right? Fuck yeah, man.
My
Yeah. This shit rules. You're awesome.
Would somebody call 911?
I've never been so afraid in my life.
Fuck.
God.
Boom.
This is ridiculous.
Boom.
This is
Come
awful.
on. Where my fucking homies at?
God.
Call me out, shorty.
Imagine a time in the not-too-distant future. But instead of festive lights and glowing Santas, the streets are illuminated by police helicopters. Meanwhile, in the streets, roving gangs of children terrorize the city. They have zero respect for authority because whether a child is naughty or nice, everyone gets the same thing for Christmas, Jack Squat. So they've gone wild. It's like Devil's Night in Detroit, only there's still stuff worth burning. As the fires rage, bands of depressed alcoholic derelicts, once jolly carolers, shuffle aimlessly, no longer sharing their cheerful seasonal hymns, but instead searching for a death that will never come. God rest ye, merry gentlemen. And of course, now that there's no Christmas, insects have grown to enormous size. So everyone has to dodge the ants and beetles that are crushing buses in their powerful mandibles. Does my vision of a world without Christmas sound far-fetched? This is exactly the future the seculazis want for your children and grandchildren. Big Secularism's plan is to keep eroding our holiday, little by little. They're taking away a manger here, a come all ye faithful there, until pretty soon there's nothing left. That's why we've got to dig in our heels and celebrate the holiday bigger than ever. If you usually get 1 tree, this year get 2. If you usually get 2, have 5. The BSs need to understand that there is no amount of trees we are unwilling to cut down to prove our point.
Oh, we haven't met Terry Swale. My wife tells me you're new to Yorkshire.
Yes, that's right. I'm a bit of a southerner, I'm afraid.
Whoops, can't have that.
No. But my wife's family's from Sheriff Hutton, though.
Ah, well, there's some hope for you then, eh?
I must say, everyone seems very friendly.
Well, you know, it's not all cloth caps and whippets up here.
No.
We have heard of avocados and hot and cold running water.
Cold running water, that's priceless. So you live...
Boroughbridge Way.
Oh, lovely.
Well, you know, we've got the moors handy and the dales. You know, 10 minutes we can be in York, Ripon, Harrogate. We like it.
Lots of good air and lovely walks, I should imagine.
Yes, we have all got cars, you know.
Well, naturally.
Well, it's not all fell walking and climbing boots.
No.
Well, you should see some of the traffic we get in Thirsk and Harrogate.
Really?
The pollution in Leeds can rival anything you've got down south, we like to think. Oh, yes, it can sometimes take me 2 hours to get to work. There's so many cars.
Yes, that can be terrible. I remember when I was in London, I used to have to get everywhere by bicycle.
Can't move for bicycles in Ripon. Worst bicycle jams in Europe.
Really? Still, the point is, it's the quality of life, isn't it? It's a place to bring up your kids in, less of the senior side of everything.
We have heard of sex and violence, you know. We like to think there are more drug-related muggings, beatings and rapings in the Vale of York than anywhere outside Washington, D.C. See that woman over there?
Yes.
Sally Oldcastle runs the biggest crack kitchen in the Northern Hemisphere. And what's more, she's not stuck up.
So really, it's much the same as London.
You said it, pal. Anything you've got down south, we got more of at the Arndale Centre in Ripon. And it's cheaper and more expensive, and you can't park.
I see. Right. Well, I must be on my way. I think I'll just translocate myself home.
What?
I'll just translocate myself home with this personal translocation podule.
What the hell's that, then?
Well, it's much the same as a domestic translocation podule, except you can wear it on your wrist. That's the only difference, really.
Yeah, what does it do?
Well, I just punch in the coordinates where I want to go, and my molecular structure disintegrates and reassembles at my chosen destination.
Hang on. Wait, you mean like Star Trek?
What?
You mean you all wobbly and disappear?
My God.
What?
You mean you haven't come across these? Oh, they're all the rage down south. Oh, yeah. My daughter bought me this at a petrol station. Actually, it's just a Sinclair version. You should see some of the Japanese ones.
Wait a minute. If you've all got them things, what do you need petrol stations for?
Everlasting life. You must have heard that. Oh, yeah. They discovered it a couple of years ago in Southampton. If you drink a couple of pints of petrol, you live forever.
Oh, yeah, we heard of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, we drink petrol up here, yeah. Live forever, we do. Yeah, sometimes longer.
Huh? I should hope so. I'm just amazed you haven't heard of these.
Who said we hadn't heard of them?
Well, just...
Bloody designed and built up here, them things, you know. Oh, yeah, we've had them for years. They've come and gone, as a matter of fact.
Have they?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It was a craze for a while, but no, I'm just surprised to see someone still using one of them. It's been bloody years since I've seen one of them.
Oh, well, would you like to go on mine for old time's sake, then?
No, thanks very much, no. I had a couple of drinks, you know. Don't want to get pulled over by the law when your molecules are all over the place.
Right. Well, I'll best be on my way, then. Still, nice to see you.
Gil Honeycomb, the oldest man in the world.
Hello, I'm Gil Honeycomb. I'm the oldest man in the world. A lot of senior citizens will tell you they miss the good old days. Not me, no. I never cared for them that much. Besides, what was so good about them? Between 1918 and 1920, close to 100 million people died of Spanish flu. Whoopee! Break out the party hats. We'll put them on the corpses. Perhaps these same seniors missed the Great Depression, too. I know I have fond memories of beating a hobo for scraps of cantaloupe rind. Oh, if only that bloody bindle would fit in my scrapbook. Oh, let's not forget the joy of racism. You wouldn't believe the horrible things they called African Americans and Irish back then. I still can't eat potato salad without thinking of Eugene O'Neill. No, thank you. I much prefer the present. Things are so much better today. Take medicine. In the old days, you'd go see a doctor and he'd write you a prescription for a carton of Viceroy cigarettes. I lost my beloved Doris to appendicitis because the doctor said her T-zone wasn't getting enough smooth flavor. No, the only good thing about the past is that the Chicago Cubs would occasionally win the World Series, but that's it. Everything else was Nazis and disease. I just thank God I'm alive to see the world today.
Leave me alone. Don't tell me what to do. I don't want the government to tell me what to do. Okay, I don't want liberals to tell me what to do. I don't want the Republican establishment to to tell me what to do. I don't want mass media to tell me what to do. I don't want the banks to tell me what to do. I don't want the IRS to tell me what to do. I don't want the FBI to tell me what to do. I don't want the ATF to tell me what to do. I don't want the DEA to tell me what to do, okay? I don't want Washington insiders to tell me what to do. I don't want New York elites to tell me what to do. I don't want Hollywood to tell me what to do. I don't want faggots to tell me what to do. I don't want Hollywood faggots from New York to tell me what to do. I don't want blacks to try to tell me what to do. I don't want Jews to tell me what to do. I don't want atheist hippies to tell me what to do. I don't want children to tell me what to do. I don't want the internet to tell me what to do. I don't want neighborhood watch programs to tell me what to do. I don't want nutritional information labels to tell me what to do. I don't want instructions and fancy Japanese urinals that can't figure out how to operate to tell me what to do. I don't want Area 51 guards to tell me what to do. I don't want my hallucinations to tell me what to do. No, sir. There's only one group of people. There's only one group of people. Come on. There's only one group of people. Come on. There's only one group of people that tell me what to do. Okay, only one group of people I listen to. That's the Founding Fathers. There's the only group, and I'm so sorry. My heart is so heavy, y'all. When I think about what we've done in this country and what the Founding Fathers would think of us, I kneel in shame. I'm so sorry, Founding Fathers. Y'all must be up in heaven spinning in y'all's graves. I know it. I'm so sorry. They'd be so upset. They'd be so upset with us. The Founding Fathers would be so upset with us. That is my all-time favorite inane, hypothetical, waste of time argument that people actually engage in. They actually, on TV, they get paid, left and the right, have a serious debate about what the Founding Fathers would think, about whatever the thing is, you know? Well, I think the Founding Fathers would be furious with us. Well, I disagree. I think they'd be quite proud of saying, what? A waste of fucking time that is. It was 240 years ago. These people couldn't conceive of Oregon, all right? What a monumental waste of time. Stupid thing. And even if you could, like, bring them back just for a second, you know? First of all, they're never gonna stay back. They'd wake up and they'd have a massive coronary on the spot. They'd look around going, whoa, and they'd have a massive coronary, they'd die, and then we'd go, wait, bring them back. No, wait a second, whoa, no, wait, just listen, whoa. You know, it'd just be over and over and over again. It'd be like watching Battlestar Galactica on fast forward, you know? And even if you could bring them back to engage them in this, or, you know, like, and they would, forget about cell phones and cars and neon lights and electricity and asphalt and space flight and 3D and television. You know, fucking cotton candy would have blown their mind. Pray thee, what is this devil's filament you've given me? It's sweet to the taste. It disappears instantly. I don't know. It is a color that cannot be found in nature. What is this, pray thee? Oh, we just made it in that machine. Oh, what's a machine? What's a machine? Oh my God! What a dumb, it's ridiculous. I mean, think of the analogous situation to us. Let's just imagine we all kind of go to sleep and we wake up and it's 240 years later, and whatever the attendant technological advances that have occurred in 240 years, and you wake up, you're not even aware that you were dead, and you wake up, and the first thing is a bunch of people going, so, can you believe that Madam President bin Laden is talking about giving next-gen synths the right to represent their moon pods in underwater Congress? What the fuck did you just say? That made no sense at all, you know?
It's the latest development in the world of self-defense, the stun gun from Radco. Don't put mace in someone's face. No need for messing with the Smith & Wesson. Why? Because stun gun has 3 audio-dynamic laser frequencies to meet every personal protection need. Frequency 1 is the repellent mode. Perfect for stray dogs or annoying solicitors, even keeps the most relentless Jehovah's Witness at bay. But that's not all, because frequency 2 is the stun mode. Instantly freezes any intruder in his tracks till authorities arrive. Once paralyzed, the victim can be searched, disarmed, even humiliated at whim. Yes, you haven't lived until you pants the catatonic cat burglar. But wait, there's more, because frequency 3 is the fun mode. This frequency has supersonic libido amplification power. Turns any target into a mindless, writhing sex machine. Look at Marty Brillstein go! The perfect ice picker, the life of any party. Turns that first date into a real night to remember. The stun gun from Radco Stun Gun. It's the fun gun!
Hope you enjoyed that pre-event advertisement. Maybe one day we'll discover what it was for. You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. And once again, it's time for the Quiz Broadcast.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our contestants, Peter and Sheila. And, Peter, I've been meaning to ask, you're blind like most people. Were you blinded by the event?
No, I was blinded post-event by raiders.
Well, that certainly is a funny story. And, of course, Sheila, you're dressed like that for religious reasons.
That's right. After all, we don't want the event happening again, do we?
We certainly don't. God, imagine the event happening again. No, do not imagine the event happening again. It will cause distress. The event is in the past. So, now the conveyor belt round. Sheila, ready?
Think so.
And of course, we no longer know how to work the conveyor belt, so let's take a look at the prizes. Food objects, fuel, tablets, holy tablets, frightening animal, someone's head. We don't know, but they're everywhere. A stone, a stone, a stone, a stone. We don't know, but they're everywhere. Frightening animal. Sheila, what can you remember?
Oh, I can remember sunshine, colours, smiling faces, and then darkness, fear.
No, not the event, the objects.
Oh, right,
A raid! A raid! Whoops. Well, Sheila, you certainly won't leave empty-handed because we're going to let you take away someone's head and a stone as talisman for your sector.
We'll certainly worship them.
I'm sure you will. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got power for this week. Don't forget to send your stories to us here, wherever we've been for the past 2.5 years. Well, with any luck, some of us will be here next week for another quiz broadcast. So until then, goodbye and remain indoors.
You're good to go. Much better. Thank you.
Oh, the city, chilling on the stoop in the future.
You said it, space friend.
Boy, I tell you, things these days move too fast. Makes me want to crack wise about how it was back in the day.
Yo, homeless robot, drop a stupid-ass beatbox.
Shit is not going well for homeless robot 2, 3, 4.
Before a bestseller meant a record went interstellar. Before the impeccable smeller. Before they banned Old Yeller. In the wake of the presidential dog fucking scandal. When astronauts rocked sports sandals. handles and didn't have expandable mandibles, and granules of Jack Daniels didn't heal the wounds of animals, when botanicals still weren't a biological weapon in the war with the tarantulas. Back in the day before time travel was easy peasy, but now I go back re-rap to make it sound repeaty. Back in the day before time travel was easy peasy. Back in the day before time travel was easy peasy. Now we change history like the fetus measly. Sarks these days don't know how good they have it. We used to have plutonium in our jet packet. We had to take the super tube before it had hyperdrive. Makes me wanna holler, but we're still alive. You tell him, Gorgon. Thanks, Gorgon.
Can you guys spare some doctors?
Absolutely not. Get a job, robot.
Can I crash at your place tonight?
You trash can, you
Can I
hunk of
crash at
junk.
your place tonight?
No, take it on the
Sorry,
road,
sorry.
Pancho.
Overstepped my
Talk
bounds.
about a
It's cool.
malfunction.
Don't worry about me.
You old hunk of junk.
Well, here it goes again. Government contractors announced today that construction on the Omega-12 particle accelerator, which will destroy all life on Earth and finally bring an end to humanity's suffering, is facing much delays. The Omega-12 is now 3 years behind schedule and like $800 trillion over budget. Today's holdup, which is being blamed on late helium shipments, will set the project back 6 months. At a news talk this morning, the program's boss ruler responded to criticalisms about the delay.
Pushing back the death date is the only realistic way to make sure that when the machine is turned on, that we will all be atomized.
The Omega-12 project, originally presented by Little Congress in 2119 as a sweet solution to the problem of continual life on our wretched planet, was met originally with widespread popular approval. But today, citizens are expressing their frustration at Onion News Network feedback zones all over the place.
It's frustrating. You know, every day the government keeps saying, we're all going to die, we're all going to die, and then it not happens. If I could remove my obedience chip, I'd just kill myself.
I didn't care about the cost because I thought we'd all be dead. But now we're paying $1 million a week for this project and we're still alive. This is why I don't pay to vote.
I'm a little better off because at least I have this baby to sell. But I still want the world gone.
Today's delay is only the latest in a rope of problems that have plagued the Omega-12 project since its fucking inception. Meanwhile, criticalism is piling up near President Performance H. Wilson, who was voted into office for his 6th term primarily because he promised to kill us all.
You don't need a bunch of empty promises. You need to die. Do you want to die? I can't hear you. Do you want to die?
Wilson's approval ratings have gone down steadily since that first delay, accepting a small rise when he personally murdered 7,000 people with a hatchet. And government watchdog group Citizens for Leadership recently named Omega-12 as the worst managed government program, surpassing even the ill-fated Mississippi Fire Dam and the never-completed South Florida Relandification Program. So, to be continued waiting. For all the latest on the end of the world, keep looking at the Onion News Network. Till then, sustenance to you. News for real. A new poll finds most people wish dinosaurs were still extinct. Remain motionless to be informed.
Roll up this news. Hordes from across the Indiana Grimlands descended today on the Capitol to protest the possible legalization of gay marriage in what remains of their state. As lawmakers debated the fucking bill this morning, protesters chilled it out in the Free Speech Square to voice their opposition, some having traveled over 60 miles by sewage canal barge to shout there. The protest was conjured by a group called the Remaining Families Coalition.
If we allow gays to marry, God will punish us even worse than he already has. We have to oppose this legislation, not just for our own sake, but for the sake of America's packs of feral children.
An Onion News Network poll shows 64% of Grimlanders not burned to death or rendered mute by radiation oppose the bill, cranking the issue as more important to them than detoxifying food supplies or confining wolf mutants to the wastelands.
If I could spawn a child that's not stillborn, I don't want him growing up in a world where 2 men can marry.
If the Grim legislature fertilizes this law, what would be next? Men married to donkeys will be allowed to take a second donkey as a wife?
If the reps of the Grim legislature legalized same-sex marriage, it would shove Indiana into the ranks of the other 5 states to have done so: Massachusetts, Vermont, Procter & Gamble, Carolina, and Gay, Texas. Marriages performed in these states are not currently considered legal in the Indiana Grimlands, meaning gay residents of the state are not allowed to visit their partners on government smallpox hospice boats or dig graves for them when they die. Citizen X436A is a gay from the Grimlands.
If we secure the right to marry, maybe one day we'll derive the right to live above ground. We deserve the same rights as all the other subhuman groups. Are we not as good as the lizard people of Arizona?
Despite the protests, the bill is thickly supported by such liberal-leaning politicians as Harlan Downey, who bought his Senate seat 2 years ago.
This landmark bill is the next step in the war for gay equality that began 168 years ago.
Other Grimlands residents worry that their state could suffer the same fate as Wyoming, which elected by popular referendum to nuke itself after their state legislature legalized gay marriage. If the law is passed, it will raise the number of laws in the Indiana Grimlands to 6. That news is quenched. More hot news in Brownsboro today: a massacre-watching party turned deadly. Blink twice.
To robots as any other human does, but the 10 p.m. curfew for all things made of flesh, well, it feels a little restrictive to me.
In what way? When the automated police force orders you inside, that's just them doing their job.
That's what the cavity search robot said this morning at the office.
That's what my doctor robot says every time he gives me my dose of anti-fertility pills.
They're doing a terrific job of being our caretakers.
But the Worldwide Robotics Corporation did promise that every new robot built would be installed with the subservience chip, and that went right out the window.
That was voted down by a majority of robots in Congress.
Why would they turn against us? It doesn't make any sense. We're the ones who created them, or at least the alpha model.
Right. Speaking of robots and politics, last week President Executron gave a speech to all humans, and he said to remain calm and stay indoors. It was such a beautiful speech.
Where he spoke about building an endless sea of shining, perfect robots. Such an
I was
image.
weeping in my cell. You have to give it a lot of credit
But
for
what
all the
about
things they've done.
Executron's recent comments about, and I wrote these down, oxygen-breathing weaklings and organ sacks? You know, a lot of Americans were very offended by those
Politics.
comments.
Yeah, the president was just speaking to its destroy all humans base.
Happens every election cycle, Robert. You know
You
that.
can't take it
Honestly,
seriously.
I don't trust President Executron's policies. I need to...
I really don't think there's an issue here. Humans died, so that's a flawed system.
That is.
Robots live on forever, so that has to be
Right, praise
perfect.
to the wise ones, robot masters.
Yeah. That's a flawed system.
That is.
Robots live on forever, so that
Right,
has to be
right, praise
perfect.
to the wise ones, robot masters.
Yeah. It's a flawed system.
That is.
Robots live on forever, so that
Right,
has to be
right, praise
perfect.
to the wise ones, robot masters.
Yeah. It's a flawed system.
That is.
Robots live on forever, so that
Right,
has to be
right,
perfect.
praise to the wise ones, robot masters.
Yeah. You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. Do not be alarmed by the smell. It's 17,000 new British hours since the event, and time for the quiz broadcast.
Hello, remain indoors and welcome. Try to forget what you saw happening over there last time. We think we've made it stop. So let's say a big remain indoors to our two survivors, Peter and Sheila. Peter, Sheila, you're the last remaining contestants, which leaves the game, and for all we know, civilization, at a very interesting point. Thinking of breeding at all?
We tried.
There was too much sick. Yes, since the event, sex is certainly a lot more vomity. Right, tonight's first round is charades. It's a one-on-one game with a chance to play for tonight's star prize, everything we've got left to eat. Doesn't that look good in the circumstances? So it really is all to play for. Peter, you're the weakest, so you go first. Join me. Are you nervous?
No, we all smell like this now.
So we do. Try rubbing in some of the brown soap at night before doing up the face zips on your safety bag. So, Sheila, you have to try and guess what Peter's miming. It could be a book, a film, or even a song.
What is a book, a film, or even a song?
We don't know.
So little remains.
Okay, I got something.
Excellent.
One word. Oh, no, two words. It's second word. Oh, first word.
The something. Good luck. What's he thinking of?
Second word, two syllables. Second syllable, up. Outdoor land. Ceiling, light, stain, vent. The something vent. The vent. The...
Yes?
Oh no. Not that. I can't say it.
I need an answer.
But if I say it, I might summon it.
Gonna have to hurry you.
Peter can have the food.
Yay!
What a good sport.
Violent. Reports of these bizarre attacks are escalating, with incidents occurring sporadically across the country, and as we're now learning, across the globe. You see, these violent marauders have apparently first been gathering in cemeteries, then dispersing into towns and suburbs, while other reports suggest that they begin in a far different place.
Apologize for that temporary loss of transmission. We can now return you to the quiz broadcast.
No, Peter, no. You can't open the box. It's not that part of the round yet.
There's food inside. You said there was food.
No, you can't open it. You've got to guess.
I'm too hungry to guess.
Now calm down or I'll tranquilize you.
We ate the tranquilizers days ago. Give me the box.
There are rules.
No, I followed the rules for too long. Where's my food?
Look, Sheila's playing the game properly.
If we play the game, I'm sure the food will come. They won't leave us here. We play the game, then the food will come.
Exactly. Now get back on your podium and do the boxes. That's better. Now, Peter, it's time to play Open the Box.
We can't open the boxes anyway.
Yes, we can. Of course we can.
They're welded shut.
The engineer will help us when he comes back.
He's not coming back. One of his shoes fell out of the ducting. It had a foot in it.
He has been taken up.
I'm sure he just left his foot as a promise that he'll be back soon. Peter, will you please guess how much the first box is worth in money? Come on.
Oh, I don't know. 25 money.
Good guess. Possibly. And Sheila?
We ate his foot.
Yes, we did eat his foot, Sheila, but how much is the box worth?
I don't know.
Another good guess. Well done, both of you. And that means it's time to remain indoors and see what the banker has to offer. Ring, 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 ring. No, still no one there.
I can't remember her face.
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. The time is slipping inexorably away. And to help with that, as usual, it's the quiz broadcast.
Hello, good evening, and remain indoors unless infected. Hopefully not infected are our three contestants tonight.
I'm infected.
Bad luck, Professor. And our other contestants are Peter, who you may remember. Hello. And Sheila, who you're also permitted to remember.
Yes.
And Sheila, when we last saw you, you were being taken off to be voltage calmed. Is that right?
Yes.
How was it?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Is it true that you can only say yes now?
Yes.
Were you answering me, or did you just say that because you can only say yes?
Yes.
So you can say other things?
Yes.
That's priceless. That really is TV gold. Please do not attempt to use this program as currency. Barter is forbidden and punishable by exposure. So, our first round, as ever, is the quiz round. Fingers on hands, please. And that's the alarming alarm. Do not be alarmed. It means it's time for a music round. Have a look at this clip.
No, run, you stupid son of a bitch! Come on!
Yes.
Beautiful. But that's enough about our star prize. I bet you'd like to win that, wouldn't you, Sheila?
Yes.
Change the bloody record. Is the name of our music round. So let's bring on the bloody record. What is the link between the bloody record and the event? Is it A, unknown, B, known but prohibited, or C, yes? Sheila?
Yes.
Do you mean C?
Yes.
Bad luck, Sheila. So close. But the answer is, of course, A, unknown.
Yes.
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. Coming up later, our new topical entertainment show, Mock the Event, which may offend viewers who are affected by the event. But first, it's time for the quiz broadcast.
Hello, good evening, and scratching only makes it worse. Don't! Welcome to the show. Now, before we start, since last week, we've actually had a letter from them, saying that a lot of them apparently watch and enjoy the show. So I'd just like to say to any of them watching, leave us be! Why can't you leave us alone? So let's meet the contestants. Peter, of course, you won't know what one of them looks like.
No.
Well, let me tell you, they look just like us.
Well, of course, they used to be us, didn't they?
That's right, they used to be us. I'd also like to welcome back the lovely Sheila.
Yes.
You're not one of them, I hope, are you, Sheila?
Yes.
She can only say yes, you fools! She's been voltage calmed! I was just trying to do a joke! I was only trying to do a joke!
Is Sheila all right?
Sheila's fine, Peter. Sheila's safe. And our third contestant is a newcomer to the quiz broadcast. What's your name?
Why do you want to know?
And on to round one. Them. Question one. What do we know about them?
Only that we fear them.
Correct. Question two. Are they trying to get in? I'll give you a clue. Sheila could have answered this one.
Yes.
Correct. They are trying to get in. They're really trying to get in. And question three. Have any of them got in?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid the answer I've got here is that to date, thankfully, none of them have got in.
That's not the right answer.
And finally for this round, question 4. Do they really feed on human flesh, or is that just a myth?
I can hear crunching.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, because, they've got in.
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System.
Guys, shouldn't we be telling each other that it's all gonna be okay? That this will all go away like a bad dream? Ronnie?
Gee, Mindy, I'm not sure I can say that.
Cliff? Please?
It's all gonna be okay, Mindy. Maybe it'll all just go away like a bad dream. I doubt it. He's just a Hollywood sleazebag.
I don't even know how to express my shame in this moment. The Hurricane skulking down the back stairs like some $25 an hour Twin Cities hooker.
Go away. I told you. I don't want a manager, especially you.
Maybe not, but you definitely need one. Billy.
We have George Clooney.
Arrest my gaze. You saw Monuments Men?
I was in it.
Number what, 7 on the call sheet?
You were so good at that. You were great. You were very good.
What I'm saying is, we all love George, right? He and I are close. He's a citizen of the world. We need size. We need edge.
If security had come in today, I would be calling them right now.
Look, just sign with me today, okay? I know you're a big fish, but you're not gonna snap my line, okay? I'm hanging on tight. Now here's our Hurricane special. Blimp shot down into Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Got it.
Your attractive roof opens 80,000 screaming fans.
It's hard to get, yeah.
What do you do in post? Camera zooms in, we see Miley Cyrus wearing a sexy red miniskirt sitting on a white sleigh. You run in.
Miley's in Tahoe.
I know Miley, and that may or may not be true.
Okay, you just have to go away. I'm sorry. Please just go as far away as your company will send you. Miss, could you check in, please? Thank you.
I've heard that, but you better check yourself, Bill. You better run like a thief from this car wreck. Total disaster! Total disaster!
There's no one moving in the whole city. The airports are closed, the trains are closed, the buses and bridges and tunnels are not working. A couple of saloons have closed. The entire city of New York is shut down.
Everything that's fun is always hard. That's right.
Oh, it's a miracle. You two are gonna shut up for a second. Please be George.
Oh, please.
Come on.
Oh my God, tell us.
How did you get this number? No, you better tell me, because I'm gonna find out. I am working. Don't ever do this again, ever. Got it? My sister.
A recent survey conducted by the American Center for Sleep Research found that nearly 40% of all dreams contain graphic images of violence. Should we be doing more to reduce the level of violence in our dreams?
Yes. All too often, the violence in my dreams is totally gratuitous or done by my brain just to shock me.
You know, I know what you mean. For example, the other night, I had a dream in which I lost my car, and when I finally found it, it was full of dismembered limbs. Now, is all of that gore really necessary?
Yes, you can't close your eyes without being bombarded with horrible images.
witches, wild animals, crazed killers.
A blood-drenched Best Buy employee trying to sell you a dead baby?
Yes, studies have shown the majority of people who are convicted of violent crimes have a history of dreaming.
Yes, but aren't people intelligent enough to know the difference between dream violence and real-life violence?
Yes, they are. Now, I have a recurring dream where I kill each one of you with a hacksaw and then hide your dismembered bodies underneath this table. But that does not mean I'm going to act on that, because I know it's not real, no matter how vivid each nuance of my murder of each one of you might be.
The statistics show that dream-inspired violence is on the rise.
My dreams got so violent, I stopped sleeping months ago.
When was the last time you actually slept, Nancy?
Get those motherfucking spiders off of me!
It's terrible. Most dreams these days are just sex and violence strung together with meaningless dialogue between me and a dolphin with the Yankees cow.
Yes, the sexual content of dreams is often very inappropriate.
Oh, it's over the top.
Filthy!
Yes, exactly. Thank you,
That
Nancy.
sheepdog is filthy!
Yes. Well, the fact is, it is time for the government to get involved and to do
Yes, we
something.
need to demand accountability for the people who are responsible for these violent dreams. Prescription drug makers, networks that run late-night movies, spicy food manufacturers.
But dreams are often triggered by repressed memories, so now we're holding our memories accountable too?
If that's what we need to do to clean up our dreams, yes.
This is the lowest price of the season.
But I don't need a dead baby.
Then why did you go to Best Buy?
It doesn't make any sense. That's what you came for. Now, don't you see one you like?
I don't think I have any money.
So you oppose the idea because of the funding it would require. Is that it, Nancy? Nancy? Nancy?
What?
Oven-roasted news and delicious reduction. We've all seen the images of razor-toothed mandibles, impenetrable beetle shells, and human bodies torn limb from limb by the bloodthirsty two-ton bugs on news eye streams. But are giant beetles as for real dangerous as the media makes them out to be? Standing there is Orange Clark, director of media watchdog group USAFE. Orange, how's it hanging?
How it is hanging.
Now, your organization says the news spends far too fucking much time reporting giant beetle attacks.
Yes, Zesty. Last year, there were over 14,000 eye streams about giant beetle attacks,
Right.
while in reality, there were just 389 recorded instances of humans actually being killed and devoured by mutant beetles in that same time.
Right, and your report tells me most of those people were cooling around clearly marked beetle-infested zones or corpse piles where giant beetles
Places where
feed
humans
on
shouldn't be trudging around, no how.
True reality.
But the over-reporting creates irrational fear. So now, most people wrongly believe they're at risk of being pulled out of their homes and eaten in the street by a beetle.
But beetle attacks rank tops in eye views almost every time they're eye streamed, even above twat vision in some zones. Isn't the media just giving people what they
But that
want?
does not justify scaring people into thinking they'll get sliced in half if they ever go to the soil fields.
Well,
Beetle footage gets eye views, but statistics show you have a far better chance of being eaten by air slugs or dying from oxygen sickness.
And you point at this Sledge Fact news clip of an elderly woman having her limbs ripped off by a beetle as a particularly egregious example of
Sledge
that.
Fact, I streamed that clip over 40 times per day and produced a 3-hour special about her story. But that same week, President Performance H. Wilson killed 6 senators, there was a major cat meat health advisory, and 30 square miles of Vermont fell into the ocean.
Right.
Where was the coverage of that? And I might point out, Zesty, that the Onion News Network is guilty of this as well.
We report what the public must see.
What about your dung beetle terror clip of the day?
Scope this.
You have an entire show called Hunters of the Blood Mad Beetle.
That is a fact program teaching human viewers how to kill giant beetles if they are attacked. It saved
But your
lives.
August Beetle Month, which consists of non-stop, extremely violent, recycled footage of beetles tossing people into the air and carrying them on their
Because
claws
August is
and
when
sucking...
the beetles have their feeding craze.
Yes, but I think the media needs to stop fear-mongering and tell full truth on beetles. Only radioactive giant mutant beetles ever enter population centers.
Real spicy.
90%
Well,
of beetle victims provoked beetles by accidentally looking at them.
All right,
Beetles
Orange
only
Clark,
eat-
thank you for standing there. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've shot my news load. Fresh sports news, we've got the final scores of last night's rape ball games. That news for your brain tank in...
It's not going to happen because we're not going to be used. Fear is not going to be something that we're going to, that's going to be what drives our country. We're not going to be scared of Muslims or immigrants or women. We're not actually afraid of anything. So, we're not going to use fear. So that's not going to be an issue. I think it is, if you're asking if it's a harbinger, I think that, and I think you would agree, we all sort of see it, I think that's sort of landed in a way. Trump is actually a result in many ways of the fact that much of the news programs didn't follow up and ask tough questions. That's the truth. It was, it's really easy because your numbers go up. All these cable news numbers, 24-hour news doesn't mean you get more news, it just means you get the same news more. So the more and more and more you hear, these guys, the ratings go up because they can show an empty podium saying Donald Trump is about to speak. As opposed to taking those 30 seconds and saying, well, let's talk about refugees, which is the biggest crisis that's going on in the world right now. Would really all of the corporations fall on their knees if we didn't actually inform a little bit? So I think that this is pointing and talking about one of the things I think that is a great disaster in the way we inform ourselves right now, which is we've lost the ability to get to and tell the truth and get to the facts.
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. It's the beginning of the Second Age. Every ending is a beginning. And now it's time for the return of the quiz broadcast.
Hello, good evening, and come back indoors. Regular viewers will remember that in our last broadcast, they got in and ate Sheila. So, round one, what happened next?
They all died.
That's right, Peter. They all just died. We didn't kill them. There were thousands of them. They were so angry. And then they died.
They died?
And they all just died.
Why did they all die?
We don't know. That was question 2. But they all died.
They used to be us.
They used to be us. And they all died. Round 2 is our head-to-head round.
But there's only me left.
Yes, but we've still got Sheila's head.
Sheila was kind.
I'm afraid you've dropped Sheila's head, Peter, so the winner of this week's head-to-head is Sheila.
Well done, Sheila. I'm happy for Sheila.
I'm happy for Sheila. Well, I'm afraid that's it for this week's quiz broadcast, as there's no one else. There's no one else.
People will come.
Let's stand together.
You've reached the desk of Sergeant Wes Luger. Please leave a message after the beep.
Yeah, Wes, it's me, Billy.
Hey, I said after the beep.
Excuse me. Yeah, Wes, it's me, Billy. Look, it's just getting too dangerous to wait here. I gotta get out. Meet me at the Squealers Hotel in about 45 minutes. I have a contact there.
Big Bird, this is Bravo 6. We have the package. Meet us at LZ1. Over.
Bravo 6, this is Big Bird. We're on our way. Out.
Attention travelers, please note that the Jesus train is not the crazy train, or the night train, or the midnight train to Georgia. There's a big difference. Check your tickets before boarding. No refunds.
You were the last man on Earth.
Time
Yo, I'm Whoosh, and I came down from space. I traveled for miles to put a smile on your face. Yo, Danny, happy birthday. You're cool! My home is Mars and the trip is long, but it's worth it to sing you this birthday song. Yo, Danny, happy birthday. You're cool!
That was awesome!
Bye, everyone.
Can't you stay for a piece of cake?
I wish I could, Danny, but there are a lot of other birthdays I need to get to.
Okay, thanks, Whoosh. Bye-bye.
Glurp, glarp, gleep, and a happy birthday. Yo, Marissa, happy birthday. You're cool. Never too old to celebrate in space. Yo, Angus, happy birthday. You're cool. My name's Whoosh, and I'm here to say, yo, Chris, happy birthday. You're cool. My name's Whoosh, and I'm here to say, yo, Tony, yo, Jess, yo, Dan, yo, Carl, yo, Debbie, yo, Danielle, Neil, Dylan, Shireen, Armin, Andy, Harris, Jorge, Jamal, Eddie, Aaron, Chaz, Aaron, Pat, yo, Arlo, happy birthday. You're cool. Cool, 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 cool. Hello, I'm Whoosh, and I live here in space, but I'm all alone, tears streaming down my face. Hey, Whoosh, it's your birthday, and you're alone again.
There it is, 1,763. Now, the Cinco Library presents the first ever encyclopedia of numbers. You know, for thousands of years, mathematicians and families have searched for a single volume that could contain all of the numbers imaginable. Well, Cinco has done it. They've created the first encyclopedia of numbers. Now you can enjoy numbers listed numerically or alphabetically. Cinco's also created a series of more specific collections targeting your needs. There are 6-digit numbers, numbers beginning with 4, fractional numbers, phone numbers, fax numbers, beeper numbers, numbers forgotten by time, numbers that go nowhere. This one doesn't even have numbers in it. And now, numbers just for men. Cinco has created some of the tallest books known to man. They'll even need a special tall bookshelf to shelf these books, because it really is all about the numbers.
There is something strange going on, though. Have you guys by any chance noticed that the daylight in the... I think the news report...
Hello, hello. Shit, we lost her. Use your cell.
That's funny. It's completely dead. And it was fully charged. Hey, Cliff, should we listen to the civilian radio?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, the dead don't die anymore than you were.
Wow, that sounds so familiar.
They're just ghosts inside a dream of a life.
What is that song, Ronnie?
It's The Dead Don't Die. By Sturgill Simpson.
Sturgill Simpson. Why does it sound so familiar?
Well, because it's the theme song.
The theme song?
Yeah.
There's a cup of coffee waiting on every corner. Someday we're gonna wake up and find the corner's gone. but the dead'll still be walking around this whole world alone. 'Cause after life is over, the afterlife goes on. There'll be old friends walking around in a somewhat familiar town that you saw once when you looked up from your phone. Nobody about to say hi. You can save all your goodbye. Stop trying to pretend that we're all not.
How much longer until my takeout's ready, Fern?
Yeah, shortly, Frank. Just heating it up for you.
Would you mind turning off that goddamn music? Fucking Sturgill, Simpson.